All right, welcome, guys. I decided I'm going to do a quick cover as I promised as well. I won't stay in for too long. I know the news is going to happen in a moment, but I just want us to have a quick recap on the analysis that I gave you guys so that you can jump on to the wave of what's going on. Now, the market news for us in the UK is going to come out in 1 hour and 8 minutes. So ideally, let's have a look at what we've got going on. So for me, if you remember from the analysis yesterday, we have this validation point / fair value gap, which is also at the low of last week. All right. Now, because we broke a market structure, if I zoom out very quickly, this supply zone has been the order block that has controlled price for the entire year. So from February until this time 3 weeks ago, the price was staying within this area. Now, for the first time in 7 months, we have a body close above this order block, which is a very strong bullish sign. Now, in order for us to get the trigger, as I was discussing yesterday, we would need the price to have some sort of strong trigger. Now, the price, as you can see before the news, is pushing towards the low of last week pretty strongly already. And if filling out this fair value gap / validation point and taking the low of last week would be the perfect signature to send the price of the dollar through the roof. So as my expectation was, this is exactly what we have going on right now. And as you can see, the price is approaching the low. Over here, you can see we have sell order aggregate at the top here. So very much score controlled liquidity to cause the price to appear to be selling off. And we have this low down here. So I'm expecting the news to really spike this low and then start to make its way up for the long. So we're looking for the reversal, guys, not the exact moment the price happens to move. Now, if you remember from what I said, that there was a couple of options we had. Now, if the price had taken a weekly low before the news has come out, which it hasn't, then we'll be looking for buy positions right now. But because the price hasn't taken this low, the dollar is going to be slightly bearish for a few more moments, I guess, during this news period, and then the price is going to start to proceed for a long. So coming back to our analysis now over here, I had the Euro USD analysis, and my analysis was that the price needs to go long. Now, if you remember the maths I did yesterday of exactly how many pips we need to go for a long, hopefully I can pull up the analysis. I guess if I get to the H1 and drag it on one of these, I should be able to get it back. Now, if I don't get it back, I think it was this one. Here we go. So here's the analysis I had of Euro USD, right? So Euro USD, from the time I spoke last time, it's about, from where the price was, it was about 62 to 64 pips for the price to take this low. And if you remember the calculation we did, for every 1 pip that every 1 pip that the dollar index moves, Euro USD moves about 1.3 pips. So in essence, from where the price was before I said it, which at the time it was over here somewhere, we need about 82 pips, which 82 pips happens to be just above this high right here. 82 to 84 pips was the calculation we had, which is 62 times 1.3 or 64 times 1.3, which was 84.3, right? So knowing that now, I said to you guys yesterday that we need a trigger to go long, and we've had one. The price took the low of the previous day, like I said, and you can see that we've had the break of market structure return and the price has gone long from here. So my expectations really when it comes to Euro USD is that it should be taking the high of the previous week. Now, I know it's filled out this liquidity void, but these highs right here would be a good point of liquidity for the market to go for. And so if the dollar is going to do that final push, taking these highs right here, that'll be a good spot for the price to give us some sort of price action to continue going for a sell later on. Now, if we look at this on the D1 time frame, which I didn't do last time, check this out here. So we have a very important demand order block that price has used as supply. And this weekly high I'm talking about is right next to the previous monthly low. So this is a very good area of, if I would say, a reference point for the market algorithms to get to give us a trade. Now, if you look at the lows here, we don't really have any induction here, even though the price has come for this significant low. But we do need one more long that's going to trigger the short. So I'm looking for this last short-term long to take these highs. Once it happens, it'll probably cap out at around about 804. And then we should start looking for some selling. Now, if it decides to go higher, it's not a problem. But This is the projection if the price stays in line with what we've got going on. So ideally for me, this is what my focus is on when it comes to looking at the price. And hopefully the market should give us a really smooth ride up. If it doesn't, that's fine. We will look for another alternative later on, but I do expect the price to give us something pretty soon. So this is really the simple update, guys. So right now, I won't be in your way for too long. Once the price gets to this low, let's see how the dollar index reacts at this point right here. Now, of course, the price can always go lower. The only thing we don't want to happen, which we won't know until the end of, until Friday's market shut, or when the market closes, is what happens when the price gets beneath here. If the market, for whatever reason, closes beneath this weekly order block, then we're going to have to revise our analysis slightly. But for now, the price is within range to continue, flip this zone, and then continue going long. So really, this is the point area that we're banking on, okay, based on the analysis. All right, so that was for Euro USD. Now, interestingly enough, the other pair that I did give you was USD JPY, which I should be able to pull up over here. And if you remember the structure I had here, if I leave the market watch open, we have this ABCD structure here. So we are definitely going bullish if we're using elementary market structure. The only thing is, in order for the price to really go for a long, if we look at the price from this last reaction here, we actually have a very long or very large liquidity void, which is about 30 or 40 pips. Along with that liquidity void, we haven't had a return to this order block. So when we do the maths from where the price was at the time of speaking, it was about 120 pips we needed or something of that sort, which I think 120 pips at the time of me doing the analysis. Let me just go to the H1, was somewhere here. We need a price to get back around about here, which was about OTE. And surprise, surprise, you can see that USD JPY, for reasons that you should know by now, is reversing pretty strongly. It looked like it was on its way up. Then all of a sudden, the price just came crashing back down. So I expect probably the dollar to continue pushing down temporarily and even maybe get to this low, because these lows are equal, and then go for a long. So we should be getting a bearish dollar and then a bullish one. Now, in terms of news, really quickly, if I was to set up something here, let me just put the news on. Let's just go over here. Now, I already have the news set up for you. Now, this is in UK time, wherever you're looking at this from around the world. You can figure out in your time, but whichever time zone you're in, the news is coming out in about an hour. Now, at the moment, it's expected that the interest rate will remain the same. Now, of course, that's a great thing for consumers, but for business people, this isn't a great thing. So eventually, what we probably will see is that if this interest rate does stay exactly the same as expected, then that will be bearish for the dollar temporarily. And then in the next 30 minutes, we're going to have the press conference, which could possibly even reverse the price. So we have a 30-minute window here between data news and spoken news, which could cause the price to go short then long within a space of 30 minutes. And I really love it when it's like this, because you can really time trade entries well. But if worse comes to worse and this doesn't happen as we want, we just call it a day and we just come out. I might even come out of all my positions and just call it a day and wait for the market to give us something new, and then we can take it from there. All right, so that's really kind of my view, guys. There's nothing much more to say. We've got 1 hour to wait. Let's see what the price offers us, and we'll take it from there. So have a great day. I hope you guys enjoy your trading sessions and you get some profit out. And yeah, we'll speak soon. Take care, guys.